Students, we are learning about the types of token. So there are different types of tokens. Here, literals, identifier, assignment, punctuators, separators, operators, and keywords. These are all the types of token. We have already discussed about the literal and identifier. If you want to know what is the literal and what are the types of literal, what is identifier, what are the types of identifier, then you can see my last videos also. I will give the link of the video in the description box. Okay, so now onwards we will learn about the another topics of the tokens. So the third type of the token is assignment. Now you have to know what is assignment. Assignment means giving the constant to a variable is called assignment. Okay, giving the constant to a variable is called assignment. 604 is a literal or constant. A is the variable. So giving the literal or constant to a variable with the use of equal sign, then it is called assignment. It can be string also. It can of any data type. Okay, if I have written Amit, then this is literal and this is variable. So what is the definition of assignment? Giving the literal to the variable with the use of equal sign is called assignment. So this is called assignment. Fourth type of the token is punctuators. Punctuators. What does punctuator means? Punctuators are the punctuation sign used in the Java programming. What are the punctuation sign? So the punctuation sign, I am giving just some examples of punctuation sign. One is semicolon, another is dot, and one is comma is also a punctuator sign. Okay, so semicolon, dot, these are the punctuation signs. So what is the use of semicolon? Semicolon and one question mark is also a punctuation sign. So semicolon is used to terminate the line. Terminate the line. What is the example of this punctuator? If we are writing system.out.println, this is the println statement, system.out.println, and I have printed hello. Then in the Java you have to write at the last semicolon. This semicolon is used to terminate this line, and you will come to the next line. So this is the use of this punctuator sign. And dot is used to differentiate between class and function. Okay, now what is the example of this? You have to write system dot out dot println. So this is the printing statement, and system is a class, predefined class in the Java library, and out is a function. So dot sign differentiate between these two. So this is the use of second punctuator. And third, that is question mark. Question mark is used in the ternary operator to check the conditions, that which condition is true and which condition is false. So this is all about the punctuators. Type of token is separator. Separator is used to separate statements in Java programming. So there are mainly three types of token. One is normal bracket, second is curly bracket, and third one is the square bracket. So these are the three types of token. One is normal bracket, second is curly bracket, and third is square bracket. Now we have to learn about what is the use of these separators. So first, normal bracket. Normal bracket is used to separate relational statement or logical statement. Okay, and it is also used to separate single statement. Okay, what is the use of normal bracket? This is used to separate relational or logical statement, or this is used to separate single statement. So what is the use of what is relational or logical statement? If I have written if A is greater than B, this is the relational operator. So this is called this separate, this single bracket is separate to this statement. So this is called relational operator. And single statement means if I have written system.out.println and hello, this is a single statement and it is separated by single bracket. So this is the use of this normal bracket. Now we have to come on curly bracket. So what is the use of this curly bracket? So this curly bracket is used to separate multiple statement. Okay, normal bracket is used to separate single statement, but with the use of curly bracket you can separate in the Java programming multiple statement. For example, if I have created one class demo, after that we will start one curly bracket. Here we can write public static void main string args. This is the main method. Then you also have to define variable. What variables you are using, you have to define what are the functionality you are using, and you have to separate with curly bracket. So between this curly bracket and this curly bracket there are multiple statements. So curly bracket is used to separate multiple statements. Okay. Now what is the use of square bracket? Square bracket is used to separate array elements. What is array element we will see in the another video. Okay, that's all about the separator. So here is one topic, initialization. Initialization means when you define any variable. If I have written int a, so I have defined that a is of which type? Integer type. If I have defined a string s, so s is of which type? String type. If I have defined float f, then f is of which type? Float type. So if we are defining any variable, then it has a garbage value. Now what is garbage value? Garbage value means it can be 0 or any other values. Okay, so this garbage value can make problem in your logic. For example, if you want to print even numbers and the garbage value is 0, okay, sorry, if you want to print odd numbers and the garbage value is 0, then if I am giving logic a equals to a plus 2, then this will be printed. What will be the answer print? 0 plus 2, that is 2, 2 plus 2, that is 4, 4 plus 2, that is 6. It will print even numbers. So this will make the error in your logic. So we have to give one starting value. If I am giving the value of this is 1, then now the logic will be correct. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7. So giving the starting value to a variable is called initialization. Giving the starting value to a variable is called initialization. So what is the initialization for the S? Double quote. So I will tell you some default initialization, that what are the some default initialization in Java programming. Look here, default initialization. So these are the some default initialization. If you are initializing any integer variable, so default initialization for integer is 0. If you are defining any string, then the default initialization for the string is double quotes. If you are defining any character, then the default initialization is single quote. If you are defining any float, then the default initialization is 0.0. For the double, default initialization for the double is 0.0. What is difference between these two we will learn in the next video. What is, if you define a variable with the boolean, then the default initialization for the boolean is false. So these are the default initialization you have to learn and you have to remind it. Okay, so these are the initialization. So initialization is mainly of two types. Okay, first initialization is static initialization. This is the example of static initialization. Means when you are giving the values at the variable declaration, we have defined int a. This is called declaration. When you give the value at the time of variable declaration, then it is called static initialization. And when you give the value at the runtime, Okay, you have defined one variable and give the value at the runtime, then it is called dynamic initialization. Okay, so these are the two types of initialization. When you give the value at the time of variable declaration, then it is called static initialization, and when you give the value at the runtime, then it is called dynamic initialization. The next type of token is operators. So what is operators? The sign or symbols you are using to perform any operation is called operator. Okay, the sign or symbols. For example, if I am writing C equals to A plus B, so plus is the operator. Plus is the operator. So if you are writing if A is greater than B, then greater than is a operator. The sign or symbols in the Java programming, if we are using greater than, plus, minus, multiply, divide, then these are all sign or symbols are called operator. So in the Java there are mainly three types of operator. What are the types of operator? First is arithmetical operator. We will learn about the operator in the next chapter. So I am just giving overview to you. What is the arithmetical operator? So plus, minus, multiply, divide, modules, these are called arithmetical operator. What are the relational operator? Relational operator. So relational operator, greater than, less than, greater than equals to, less than equals to, equals to, and not equals to. These are called relational operator. And what are the logical operator? Logical operator. So and, or, and not. These are called logical operator. We will learn about these three operators in the next chapter. So these are the three types of operator: arithmetical operator, relational operator, and logical operators. Type of token is keywords. Keywords is also called reserved words. Now what is reserved words? Reserved words are the fixed throughout the program. We have already learned about the reserved words. So keywords are the reserved words which are fixed throughout the program. Some example of the reserved words is, then you have to write as it is. So it is a keyword or reserved words. If we have written void, this is also a keyword or reserved word. If we are writing public, this is also a reserved word, because you have to write as it is. These all things are defined in Java library, that is JDK. Okay, so these are the keywords. Keywords are the reserved words which are fixed throughout the program. So student, this is all for today.